If you have employees or someday want to have people working for you, this video is going to save you years of painful disagreements, people quitting, not getting the most out of your team, and just plain unhappy work environment for everyone, including you. I've started 5 companies, and for the longest time, I was a terrible boss. One time, I even had one of my employees try to take over the business by staging a coup and threatening to take my whole team with her. So you're going to hear all about that awful situation as I go over 7 reasons team members underperform and how to prevent it. None of these have to do with what you're paying them. So all you have to do is fix these, and not only will your business outperform, but you'll have an easier time managing and growing the team. Here are those 7 things. Number 1, they don't understand the why of their job. They're just showing up, they're doing tasks, but they're lacking context as to why they're doing what they're being asked to do. Why does it matter to the company's clients? Why does it matter to their colleagues at the workplace? How can they care about the job when there's no reason to care? Why is what motivates them. In my case, explaining to my team members the difference that they were making in our clients' lives, the real outcomes for our clients' families, that changed their perspective from, oh, I'm just showing up today and I'm doing these tasks, and they understood the difference that it made in the lives of our clients. So that fundamental why of their job, the specific things that they're doing, will make a huge difference in how they perform their job. The second thing is they don't understand the why of the company. The purpose for them showing up has to be more than a paycheck. It has to do with something bigger, better, something that they're doing to change either the world or to change the lives of the people around them. So whether that's embodied in the company's mission or how your company does it, it just needs to resonate with them. It needs to be more than just a job. This is really an important theme that you're going to see here. They have to feel motivated that what they do is making a big difference. So the first one, making a difference in the why in their job, is how they're making a difference today. And this, the why of the company, that's about making a difference in the world. And you know that feeling. Now your job is to help them feel that way. You're trying to make a difference for your clients, for your customers. So you need to have them feel the same way in order for them to be as invested in the company as they can be. They might never be as invested as a founder, but you can make them really invested in the outcome and believe in the mission and be aligned with your company by making sure they understand the why of the company. So item number 3, they feel like they're alone and they're not on a team. Nothing corrodes performance in a company faster than everyone's in it for themselves. That was one of the things I'd screwed up in my particular circumstance. I'd put each team member in a silo with very constrained tasks. Each person said, I'm just doing this. They didn't feel like a team. They didn't feel collaborative. They kind of felt like robots. You might get away with that for a while, and especially with sales teams, very often that's a very individualistic thing, but eventually that culture will seep out and the whole team is going to be rowing in different directions. This was one of the things that led to this coup situation. No one felt happy. They didn't feel like a cohesive team with me all rowing in the same direction. Instead, everyone felt like they were just doing their thing and they were in it for their own salary and their bonus, and that will not work. Number 4, they don't realize that their actions today affect their company, their colleagues, and the customers. Some of your staff, you might find, are kind of phoning it in, and sometimes they do it because they don't realize that the effect that this has on others on their team and on customers and the success of the business. They have to understand that their colleagues are depending on them. If a team member is just phoning it in, help them imagine what letting down their team members, not you, not the boss, letting down their team members will feel like. Because that's what they're doing when they're not performing. When they're just phoning it in, they're just showing up and going through the routine, they're not thinking creatively about it, they're just going to be letting down their team members. And that's more motivating to them in a negative way, but it's more motivating to them to understand that they'll be letting down their team members than letting you down. Think about that. Are they motivated in that way? Number 5, they're demotivated because you tolerate poor performance. If you're coddling B players, C players that keep your company mediocre instead of creating a culture of performance, then you're guilty of it. And I was certainly guilty of this. I had let in some B players into my organization, and that made all the A players demotivated. They didn't want to perform their best because they saw that we were letting in people who just wouldn't do a great job. So they got demotivated. And the A players started turning into B players. So you have to be very, very specific about not tolerating poor performance. That does not mean you have to be inhumane about it. It does mean that you have to expect great things of your team members and reward them with praise and other rewards when they're doing a great job. You can show them that excellence is really the way that you want everyone to be working in your business. And the number 6 reason why employees are not doing a great job is they don't feel empowered to make decisions in their job. And you'll know this is true if they are running to you to make decisions instead of knowing that they have agency in their role. If you're always telling them how to do things instead of focusing on here's what a successful outcome is, you're going to kill motivation. So what your job is to tell them the goal and let them discover how. And they can bring that to you and you can talk to them about it, but you just don't tell them how to do it. You tell them what success looks like and have them work collaboratively as a team to come up with a plan. And guess what? It might not always be done the way you would do it. It might not always be done 100% correctly, but that's okay because you've empowered them. And now your organization is a learning organization. It's something that's going to be more than just you, because if you're necessary for everything, you don't have a business that can live without you. You have a business that's worth less. You have a business that's more painful. So empowering the team and giving them that agency can really, really improve the output of the business as a whole. And number 7, you don't like managing them. The fact is, people can sense it if you are starting to resent managing. And I know that I have been guilty about this a whole bunch of times. So do yourself a favor, really dig into how to hire, how to motivate people, how to promote your team. Team problems made me hate my business, but fixing them made me love it again. So now here's the question. Is it your turn?